everyone, how are you? Now again ready for new article of our chapter Sources of Energy. Today we are going to see some more energy sources. Earlier we have seen that is solar cell, solar cooker, solar panel. Now today we are going to see another article, that is ocean energy system. Ocean energy system. Is it clear? Now ocean are large water bodies covering 78% of the earth. 78% of the earth. The water is there. We know very well. In our general knowledge, around this much of water is there on earth of total surface area and hold about 1445 cubic kilometer of a saline water. We can say like this. Now, apart from being large reservoirs of water, they are huge reservoirs of energy also. So we are going to see here, ocean stores energy in many forms. Yes, so we can see here, ocean store energy in many forms which can be obtained for useful purposes in a variety of ways. So now today we are going to see here some common ways of obtaining the energy from the ocean. First one is, that is tidal energy. Here, TIDAL, sorry. So now dear children, what is tidal energy? I am going to explain first what do we mean by tidal energy. That is water level near the coast. Water level near the coast rises up and fall twice a day. Or we can say the time interval between the consecutive rises is about 12 hours and 25 minutes. We can say like this. This is the time interval. So the every movement of water level, every movement of water level along the coast is known as tide. Write down first. What do you mean by tide here? The every movement of water level along the coast is known as a tide. So dear children, tides are due to the gravitational pull of the moon on waters in the ocean. Is it clear? So now we are going to see here, this pull varies during the monthly cycle of rotation of the moon around the earth. High tide occurs on every new moon. High tide occurs on every new moon day and full moon day, and can raise the level of the water by a few meters even. So, dear children, I can say here the energy derived, the energy derived from rising and falling, from rising and falling, rising and falling ocean tides is called tidal energy, is called tidal energy, is called tidal energy. Write down: the energy derived from rising and falling ocean tides is called tidal energy. Write down. Now, so dear children, it is clear that the energy derived from rising and falling ocean tides is called tidal energy. That is occurs in high tide, when high tide occurs. Now, here I am going to explain how this energy produced. So dear children, the harness the power of rising and falling tides to generate electricity requires, or to generate electricity, we requires a minimum tidal range of tidal range of 8 meter between high and low tides. 8 meter between high and low tides. High and low tides. Is it clear? Write down. Second, a narrow bay that maximize the force of tidal, that maximize the force of tidal flow in and out, This is the second thing. So for using tidal energy, it is first necessary to build a dam. If you want to generate tidal energy, so we have to require dam. DAM. It is clear? So now, I can say here, for using tidal energy, it is first necessary to build a dam. Across the tidal region of water. Across the tidal region of water. Across the tidal region of water. So, we can say, we can draw a diagram here. Sluice gates allow water to flow in it at high tide. As the tide falls, the gates are shut and the water is allowed to run back through turbines to generate electricity. How it is, that is, we are going to draw a figure here and just see that here we are making a dam. Say suppose this is the dam here Here is a dam. Now here it is the surface of the sea. Here the region of low tides. Here is the region of low tide, and here it is the region of high tide. Now here is a turbine is connected through a generator. Here is a generator. This is generator. To write down, this is the dam. Here is the generator. Here is high tide region. Here is the low tide region. Here is the surface of sea. Now, draw this diagram and see how the electricity is generated through a tidal energy. So dear children, for using tidal energy, again I am repeating, it is first necessary to build a dam across the tidal region of water. Sluice gates allow water to flow in it and high tide, and as the tide falls, the gates are shut here and the water is allowed to run back through the turbines to generate electricity. This is the way here. So what are the merits of the tidal energy? What are the merits of tidal energy? First, the merits of the tidal energy is it is inexhaustible and renewable sources of energy. It is inexhaustible. And renewable sources of energy. First one is. Second one is it is independent of uncertainty of rainfall. It is independent. It is independent of uncertainty of rainfall. Of uncertainty of rainfall. Even if there is a continuous dry spell for many years, there is no effect on tidal power generation. It does not depend on the rainfall. Is that clear? So this is the advantage of this. Then this is pollution free source of energy. Here this is the pollution free. Third one is, write down here, it is the pollution free. Here it is pollution free. Write down, it is pollution free source of energy. It neither requires any fuel. It neither requires any fuel. Nor does it produce any unhealthy waste. No unhealthy waste comes from here. Then a tidal power plant does not require large area. It does not require large area of valuable land, as it is built on the bay or the estuary. ESTUARY, estuary. So this can be easily built on the bay or estuary. Then what are the limitations, sir? The limitations of the tidal energy are, that is, write down, due to variation in the tidal range, the power output is variable. the power output is variable. That is the drawback here. Because variation in the tidal range, power generation is intermittent and it is not very large. Power generation is not large. Third one, there are very few suitable sites available for the construction of dams. That is the important point. Dam must be there. Otherwise, tides will not create. Low tides and high tides. So the most difficult problem in this use of tidal power are the barrage construction in the areas of high tidal flow. So it is very difficult to build. In India, the estimated tidal power potential of about 15,000 megawatt. 15,000 megawatt, and the sites that have been identified are Gulf of Cambay, Gulf of Kutch, Sundarbans, Lakshadweep Island, Andaman and Nicobar Island, some coast of Odisha, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra, where we are using tidal energy. Dear children, this is the tidal energy. Write a short notes in a paragraph. What is tidal energy? What are the merits and demerits in your fair notes copy? Now, the next one is wave energy. The next one is we are going to see wave energy. Here it is the wave energy. What is this? Ocean waves are a derived source of energy. Ocean waves are the derived source of energy. Wind is the agent that transfers the sun energy to the surface of the sea. What I am saying, wind is the agent. Wind is the agent that transfers the sun energy to the surface of the sea. So I can say the unequal solar heating of the earth, the unequal solar heating of the earth, solar heating of the earth generates wind, and wind blowing over water, and wind blowing over water, that generates wave. So dear children, I can say here these waves have a kinetic energy and a gravitational potential energy as the rise and fall. When the rise, kinetic energy is there, and when the fall, the gravitational potential energy is there. So these waves possesses kinetic energy as well as gravitational potential energy when they rise or fall. Is it clear? So the energy possessed by the ocean, OCEAN, possessed by the ocean and seawater, is called wave energy. Write down. is called wave energy. Various systems have been designed to use wave energy for the commercial production of electricity in our India, in world. So dear children, the total amount of power available in the world from wave energy is roughly 2 to 3 million, 2 to 3 millions megawatt. This is the total energy available in the world as a wave energy. But the number of sites where the energy can be converted into useful energy is very limited, because only those areas with an average energy density of 40 megawatt per kilometer, 40 megawatt per kilometer of coastline are economically viable. So I can say this is very difficult to generate. So what are the merits and demerits of wave energy? What are the merits and demerits of a wave energy? The merits are, it is free, renewable, it is free, renewable and pollution free source of energy, and pollution free source of energy. This is first. Second one is, wave power projects do not require large land areas, not require large land areas. Third, after extracting energy from the waves, the seawater is left in a relatively calm state, CALM. So wave power projects do not require a specific site. It does not require a special site. It does not require any special site, as same energy exists on almost any coastline. So this can produce. Now, what are the demerits or limitations of wave energy? The limitations of wave energy are: the power output is a variable in nature. Limitations: first, the power output is a variable in nature. Second one is, wave power is expensive. It is expensive. Wave power is expensive with the presently available technologies. The technologies which are available right now, they are very costly. So initial expense is lot. Also, the marine mammals or seabird population could be affected due to the presence of wave energy structure. So these are the limitations of this. So dear children, what are the advantage, disadvantage? What is wave energy? Again, write a short notes on it. And in our India, wave power potential in India, the wave energy potential of 6,000 kilometer. Long Indian cost is estimated to be about 40,000 megawatt. इतनी एनर्जी, इतनी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी हम जनरेट कर सकते हैं. 40,000 megawatt. Trade wind belts in the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal are the ideal location for harnessing the wave energy in our India. Is it clear? So note down the areas. That is Bay of Bengal, Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, Arab Sagar. These are the main areas. Is that clear? The first wave energy project with a capacity of 150 megawatt has been set up at Trivandrum. It is set up first in the Trivandrum. So this is the all about our wave energy. Now dear children, on the next day we have to see another kind of energy, that is ocean thermal energy. Is that clear?